Hi, Teri here from Stamping Magic. Welcome back to my channel. Today's project is this very pretty card. I've used the Hydrangea Haven stamp set together with the coordinating hydrangea dies, and I've also used some of the Hydrangea Hill Designer Series paper. So let's get started. These are all the measurements you need for all the elements required to create this project. So if you're interested in reproducing it, take a screenshot so you can refer to it later. This is the Hydrangea Haven stamp set, and today I'm using this floral image, the block stamps to colour in that image, the With Love sentiment and the tiny little leaf. I'll be stamping on normal weight Whisper White card, and I'm starting with Memento Tuxedo black ink. I need one of the main floral images. The stem and leaves will be coloured in using Pear Pizzazz ink, and when you use this stamp, just line up the stem. The leaves will take care of themselves. To colour in the flower head, I'm using Highland Heather ink. And the sentiment will be stamped using Gorgeous Grape ink. The image and the sentiment will both be die cut using coordinating dies from the Hydrangea die set. There's the outline die for the flower, and I'm using the little tag die for the sentiment, and when I die cut it, I'll ensure the words are towards the bottom. Now I've already gone ahead and die cut a Gorgeous Grape flower, and I used this die for that. Although it's in a strip, it cuts individual flowers. Now to cut my flower head, I'm using a little bit of the Hydrangea Hill Designer Series paper and this die. I have a Whisper White mat for the front of my card, and I'm going to emboss this using one of the Meadow Moments embossing folders, and it's this top one. They come in a set of 2. Now I'm going to use this twice, once to emboss the top of the panel, and then I'll spin it round and emboss the other side. And this is how it looks once it's done. It's absolutely beautiful. I'll be using Pear Pizzazz ink again to stamp the tiny leaves on my little tag. I'm just going to stamp them twice. And then I'm just going to use a dot of glue to position my little flower. And then I'll add one of our basic pearls just to finish it off. I have a length of baker's twine here that used to be white, but I've coloured it to dark Highland Heather, and I use my Stampin' Blends marker to do this. There are several alternative methods that you can use to colour your twine. You could use the Stampin' Right markers, or the re-inkers, or an ink pad with a sponge dauber, and lay your thread over the ink pad and press it into the pad using a sponge dauber. All of these methods work really well. But I'll just show you what I did. I used the brush tip end of my blends marker, and initially holding it in place, I pulled the thread through it or under it, and then I just went over gently with the brush tip to make sure it was thoroughly coloured. Now it takes a little while to dry, so make sure it's thoroughly dry before you use it. I'm going to take my length of twine and fold it in half to create a loop at one end. Thread the loop through the hole in my tag front to back. Once it's through, open it up on the other side and then I'm going to pull the ends through and pull it tight. The flower head I die cut from the Hydrangea Hill paper has lots of little flowers on it that have dimensional petals. Now if you flip the piece over, you can push these petals out to add lovely dimension to the front of your flower. Now I did the whole lot, but you don't have to if you don't want to. And to adhere this to my full flower, I'm just going to go around the edge with a little wet glue. Now the flower will align perfectly on top of the stamped flower, or you can offset it if you wish to. I'm going to align mine so it matches with my stamped flower. Now the reason I added that Highland Heather colour underneath is because you'll be able to see that underneath the raised flower petals. And then I'll just carefully press this down so it's stuck firmly. I'm just going to place one dimensional on the back of this tag, and then I can tie the tag around my flower stem. So I'll tie it once on the back, flip it back over, knot it again, and then tie a bow. Then I can adjust the size of my bow by pulling the ends, and when I'm happy I can trim off the ends. I want to add a little shape and dimension to the larger leaves, so I'm using my bone folder to shape them. So I'm running the leaf between the bone folder and my thumb, and then I'm going to flip it over and do the tip in the opposite direction. And this adds a lovely wave to the leaves. I'm adding dimensionals onto the centre of each leaf where the raised part is, and then I'm also going to place them all over the flower head. My card base is in Gorgeous Grape, and this is half a standard sheet of card scored in the middle and folded to create a portrait card base. Then for inside the card I have a Whisper White mat, and I'm going to decorate the bottom of this using a strip of Seaside Spray cardstock, onto which I'm going to lay a strip of the matching Hydrangea Hill Designer Series paper, and then I'll cut that down to size and add it to my mat. I have a Seaside Spray mat to go underneath my embossed mat for the front of the card, and then I have my flower. I'm going to add a few of our pastel pearls to finish off this card. These come in 4 colours and I'm going to add some of the Highland Heather ones. And here's my finished card. It's very pretty. And here's another look at my original one. Now the colours I use for this one are Misty Moonlight for the card base and Rococo Rose for the front mat. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this project. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notifications bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Bye for now.